Watching TVC News at 4 less than attention to business now. The Central Bank of Nigeria has issued more policies to tackle cybersecurity challenges, foster innovation, and ensure stability and integrity of the financial system. Deputy Governor of Financial System Stability at CBN, Mr. Philip Ikeazo, said this during a two-day fintech conference held in Lagos. Mr. Ikeazo stated that to mitigate the risk of the digital era, new regulations will be implemented with a focus on corporate governance and licensing requirement. According to him, cybersecurity threats, data breaches, and digital fraud are persistent concerns that need to be tackled so as not to erode consumer confidence in the system. Elsewhere, the Lagos Free Trade Zone of the Nigerian Customs Service says it generated 115 billion naira in revenue over the past 6 months. Area Controller Mr. Olarewaju Ulumo disclosed this at a stakeholder engagement in the Free Trade Zone in Lagos. He said the command has generated 41.3 billion naira from January 24 to date, compared to 24.7 billion naira collected during the same period in 2023. This shows an increase of 16.6 billion naira, representing a 67% rise over 2023. While for Lekki Port, 74.67 billion naira was generated as revenue from January to date. The area controller expressed optimism that the command would meet and surpass its annual target by the end of the year. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is urging the business community to embrace connectivity by forging connections to bridge gaps, enhance progress and prosperity. President of the Chamber, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, said this at the 2024 LCCI Members Day event held in Lagos with the theme, Connecting the Dots. The LCCI boss called on private sector players to take advantage of every opportunity to join hands, hearts and forces in the spirit of service and collaboration to truly make a difference.
The concept of connecting the dots has a profound significance. We are not just isolated entities operating in silos. Rather, we are interconnected threads in the intricate fabric of society, each with a role to play, each with a contribution to make. As members of LCCI, we recognize the power of service. That is the power to effect change, drive progress, and create a lasting impact.
The journey of the LCCI is a narrative of relentless pursuit of excellence. For 136 years, we have stood as a beacon of commerce and industry in Nigeria and beyond, advocating for a business environment that fosters innovation, sustainability, and prosperity. As we stand at the intersection of tradition and transformation, it is imperative that we harness our collective power to navigate the complexities of this globalized world and economy we find ourselves in today.
Let's take a look at the global equities trading now. Global stocks earlier today were poised to end the first half of the year on a strong note, with investors looking to key into U.S. inflation data for clues on the timing of Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. On the last trading day of the first half of the year, stocks hovered near recent record highs. The AI boom on Wall Street has helped the S&P 500 Blue Chips Index rocket nearly 15% over the past 6 higher, with China's benchmark CSI 300 last up 0.2%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index up by 0.56%. And China has reiterated its commitment to deepening economic cooperation with Eurasian countries at the opening ceremony of a 5-day China EU-Eurasia Expo in Urumqi, capital of the Xinjiang Uyghur. The vice chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference and chairman of the All China Federation of Industry and Commerce, Gao Yulong, highlight China's ongoing efforts to broaden areas of cooperation and elevate the quality of partnerships with Eurasia economies.
I'm just seeing all the big buildings, and actually this building right here kind of looks like, oh my God, just the design and the layout. I'm like, okay, impressive. I'm really looking forward to meeting people from all over the world at this expo.
Many Uzbek companies, manufacturers, to join this event, because this is a very good platform to match some businesses together. We know that technologically the Chinese companies are much ahead.
I'm really excited to see and looking forward to seeing the connecting of different nations and the friendship between them. I think that's really important right now, and trade is one way to connect people, and I'm very excited to see that.
And now the Office of National Statistics says the UK economy's recovery from recession is stronger than previously thought. The National Statistics revealed this in revised figures this morning that the UK gross domestic product grew by 0.7% between January and March. In May 2024, the statistics body estimated that the economy had grown by 0.6% over the quarter. This uplift represents a robust comeback from the recession experienced in the later half of 2023, with the Office of the Statistics had already established was marked by 2 successive quarters of contraction, declining by 0.1% in the third quarter and 0.3% in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, the production sector grew by 0.6% and construction declined by 0.6% for the period. And in the crude oil space, prices rose earlier today and were on course for a third straight weekly jump, buoyed by growing expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve will soon start cutting interest rate and U.S. inflation data due later in the day. U.S. West Texas Intermediate rose to sell at $82.60 per barrel with an upsurge of 1.15%. Brent crude futures experienced an upward price margin of 0.94%, selling at $87.20 per barrel. And Bonnet rose to sell at $86.62 per barrel, with an upward price review of 2.09%. And for the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers offer $85.46 per barrel, with a downward price margin of 0.94%.